Why you need to learn Python right now? Basically, Python is one of the most used programming language in the world, used for automation, artificial intelligence, etc. But what interests us the most is that Python is very useful in the field of ethical hacking and cybersecurity. Just imagine how cool it is to be able to program your own tools or even create your own malwares. However, that will be the subject for another video. Today, we will learn to code in Python. This will include data types, loops from absolute scratch. This will help you to level up and get better. Without wasting time, let's get into it. First of all, you will need to get Python installed in your PC. Just head over your favorite browser and type python.org and you will get to the official Python site where you can install the downloader. Just install it from there, and you will also need an IDE. You will use VS Code. Just install it from this site here. Download for Windows or whatever OS you use. Once installed, run it and you will get this welcome screen. From there, open a new folder, choose an empty folder, select folder. Once your folder is in the workspace, we will create a new file named test.py. That stands for the Python extension, very important. Enter the file, and now let's dive into it. Before we go further, we will talk about comments. If you just type hashtag followed by a line of code, this line of code will not be executed. This is very useful to create notes inside of your program. So now we can display text, variables and more using the print followed by parentheses, double quotation mark and text inside of it like hello world. This will print hello world to our terminal. Now let's dive into the core of programming variables. A variable is like a box where you can store information in different data types. We give the box a name and you can simply put stuff inside of it. For example, you can create a variable called name and store text inside of it, like I don't know, or even store numbers inside of it, like age 21. Like that, we created two variables, one storing a text data type that we will see in the next chapter, and another storing a number data type. We can print these two using this print command, print followed by parentheses, name, print followed by age. This way we printed our variables I don't know and 21. However, this is a bit unprofessional. This time we will use only one print statement and print some text, like this time we will use f double quotation mark. We'll type my name is curly braces. Inside the curly braces we will type our variable, another text, my age is curly braces, our age variable, yours odd, and close the double quotation mark. This way it will print my name is, I don't know, my age is 21 years old. This way we just printed variables inside of text using the f and the curly braces. Now let's talk about data types. this variable can store a large range of data types like strings for text, int for numbers, floats for numerical numbers, also Boolean value that can be true or false. All of these data types are stored inside variables like the name and age variables we just created. We can also perform operations on variables like multiplication, division, sum, etc. using plus, minus, multiplication and division. For example, let's create two variables and sum the two values of these two variables. For example, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Now let's sum x plus y and store the result in result variable. This way we can print the result simply. Three is the result of 1 plus 2. We can also perform comparison on two variables. For example, x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 10. Result is equal x greater than y. Print result. Of course, it's false. X is not greater than y. If we change that and make it smaller, x is smaller than y, then the result is true. Now let's talk more about loops. In Python, different type of loops exist, like if statements, for loops, do-while loops, while loops, and more. In today's video, we will talk about if-else statements and for loops. If-else statements are basically statements that run a block of code if a certain condition is met. For example, let's create two more variables. X is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4. Let's say if to call the if statement. Now we write our condition. X is bigger than y. Print x is bigger than y. Else if x is smaller than y, print x is smaller than y. It did print x is smaller than y because x smaller than y condition is true, so this one is false and it didn't execute this block of code. Now let's talk about for loops. For loops let you loop inside something, a condition, and repeat a block of code a certain amount of time. For example, let's create a name variable. We will call this name variable name and store inside of it I don't know. Now call for loop for en name 2 point print E. This way, for E in name is composed by I, D, and Q. I, D, and Q. So for E in name, print E. E variable, not text. This way. So it will print I, then D, then Q. It will turn around our variable and print one time E, second time D, third time Q. So it did loop 3 times inside our name variable. Congratulations, now you understand some basics of Python programming. More practice and deeper researches will help you get better in this skill. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one.